Okay, looking at our next video on functions, we're doing function notation. Now, previously we had functions like y equals x plus 3, y equals x squared minus 4, and you can make a graph by making up x values. Now, you can make a table of values or whatever, and you can actually draw it up. Okay, so let's come across. Okay, the x values that you make up, these are called the independent variables, and we think we talked about that before. The y values are dependents on the x values, and then they're called dependent variables. Okay, in functions we generally use a different thing called function notation, and we replace the letter y with this expression fx. And I'll show you later on, it doesn't have to be just fx, it could be gx or hx or px or whatever. But well, for the time being, we'll just call it fx, f for function. Okay, so if you had an equation or a function y equals x plus 3, it could also become fx equals x plus 3, and that's the same thing. So when the beauty of this is we can actually make it a shortcut. So if I say f2, that means that x equals 2 is what we're subbing in. So 2 plus 3 equals 5. So we still have that same point, but instead of having the vertical axis as y, you call the vertical axis fx. Okay, and then f minus 7 just means that x equals minus 7. So when x equals minus 7, it's going to be looks like minus 4, whatever, and then that's your straight line. Okay, so you can still use the same idea of substituting values in to get the line, but when I say f2, that means x equals 2, or f minus 7 just means x equals minus 7. Okay, go copy that and come across. So fx, again, so just what I was saying before, fx can be replaced by any letter you want to. So if I say gx, then instead of plotting fx, you'd have gx versus x. Okay, x is still the variable, but instead of having y or fx, you've got gx. And we can also change the independent variable. So if I've got the letter is t, then I'd have ft. Instead of having fx and having x squared on the other side, ft just means that t is the variable that you're putting the numbers into, and so instead of having x here, I'd be plotting t. Okay, if I'm whatever the independent variable is on the horizontal, and this would be ft on the vertical. And again, depending on where you're up to in science, when you study motion with displacement, velocity, and acceleration, you definitely have other letters like xt. X means displacement, and time is the variable, or velocity with time as the variable. So if you're plotting it, t versus xt, or t versus vt. Okay, so it doesn't matter. You can change the letters for the independent variable and the dependent variable. Okay, copy that and come across. Oh no, that's it. That's the last slide. Nice and quick. Bye.